Boom! And we are here today in gentle exercise at Pont and Fry. Let us know if you're here today. I'm just going to log in and just to see if we are live, which we should be. There I am on your screens, whether you're using your iPad or your phone or your laptops. And I'm going to utilize this just to keep track of any kind of turn that down, any kind of like comments or feedback. So then obviously, there's a lot more interaction with us. Philip is joining us today on the moderational feed. And make sure I get my directions right. Yeah, but there. So Phil's here today. He's going to be joining us on the feed, giving you any feedback if you need to. We're going to make it a little bit less energetic today, mainly because of the temperatures, and we don't want for people to overheat. Morning, Janine. How you doing? I hope you're very well. Just looking down. Anybody else? Andrew is watching. We have, my mum and dad are watching. Hi there. How you doing? You good? All good? So what you need today to start off with, you'll need obviously your tins. I'm using bottles of water as well because obviously they're a little bit heavier. Morning, Charlie. How you doing, sir? If you're bands, use your bands. I brought the chair as well to the side just in case because it will be utilised coming towards the end. All right, so we've got 2 circuits today. 2 circuits of roughly about 8 exercises. No, 10 exercises. 10 exercises, 2 circuits, but they're all low in terms of dynamic and movement. So they're all strength activity based. And we've got a couple of core ones in there as well, just to tick us over. So without further ado, get yourself some water, find the equipment that you need, and let's get ourselves nice and warmed up. 8 minutes of the warm-up, ramping it up. So for the last 4 minutes then, where we're going to get ourselves a temperature a little bit higher than we normally would. All right then, my lovelies. Get yourself in your positions, ready to go. Okay, and it's really good to see you all. You get some water. Really good to see you all. Very warm yesterday. I noticed Scotty's class on Wednesday was super, super hot. And yeah, I was really amazed to see so many people still participating. But again, just a word of warning, if you do feel obviously warm, if you do feel a little bit dizzy, please, please, please slow up, sit back, sit out, or even rest. All right, because obviously that's the last thing you want to do is put yourself into a little bit of danger in terms of how you're feeling, especially with this mugginess and heat. So, 8 minutes on my clock. Then, let's get warmed up. 1 minute for each exercise. Let's start with our marching, nice and brisk. So again, you can utilize it today, whether you want to go brisk, if you want to go a little bit faster, because it is quite cooler than it was yesterday. It's entirely up to you. So nice marching to start off with, lifting those knees up in front, get those arms passing down the sides, rolling through. I hope you like my vest. It's a New York special. Reaching through. I'm going to bring these arms up and through, up and through. No signs of Philip yet on the feed. Got to keep an eye out. Just make sure that he is around, but he will be our moderator today. He's probably doing the dishes, or he hasn't been let out yet by his beautiful young lady. There we are. So reaching through, reaching forward, swinging those arms, just changing it up as we go through. A warm-up is what it is, a warm-up. Doesn't have to be too exertive, and it doesn't have to be too elaborate. It's just to get the circulation flowing through your body, heart rate beating, get those muscles all ready for when you are doing those movements which are going to be beneficial to you. All right, here we are. 3, 2, 1. We're going to change them out. So we're going to a little tap on the knee. Here we are. We're going to tap on the knee. So again, you can bounce through the toe if you want to bounce through the toe. So if you can see me on the side and bouncing through the toe and lifting up if you want to do so. If not, a little tap through. So I'm just checking the feed. See Andrew is here. Morning, Andrew. And looking at it, is Errol here? Or Lisbeth? Tapping through. Again, if you find the tap quite easy, you can tap the lower back too, as you notice, making it a little bit more. Move on. As Philip is back in the house, Philip is here. Morning, Philip. There we are. Going back into that march with those arms shooting forward, like so. It's just a good one, really, because it just gets those shoulders nice and warm, gets them ready for the shoulder movements and the shoulder strength exercises we're going to be doing today. So reaching through. Lovely. So I hope you're all well. Let us know how you've been getting on. How have you been over these last 3 or 4 days? I'm sure, like you and most probably everybody else, been struggling with the heat. Although it has been very nice, the heat has been pretty intense. Pretty intense. I found myself, I think it was 6 o'clock this morning, sat out on the doorstep because the flat was so hot, so stuffy. It was the only way to get fresh air. So I'm going to keep the arms moving, and I'm going to have a little side step now. So I'm bringing in a little bit more change of movement to the side, to the side. Lovely. So remember, if you want to do any more of these these sessions, we've all got them recorded on your Facebook pages. So all these sessions are recorded. So you can always go back and see a session, whether obviously it's for Scott or for myself. And obviously you can add another one in for the week if you feel that you want to do another one for the week. Okay, they're also linked in on YouTube as well. We have a YouTube page, all right, and that is Gwen Exercise Referral Scheme. So you can find that, and you'll get all the videos are linked on there. We're going to keep with the arms now. We're going to push them back like so. We're going to have a heel flick. A heel flick. So we'll eventually go into the La File, which obviously we all saw on Wednesday from Scott, La File. But we're going to go in to a dynamic version first. Bring in those hamstring curls. There we are. Flicking up the heel. Fantastic. Get yourself nice and warm. Good stuff. So let us know in the comments below how many times you've been active a week. Are you walking regular? Have you been doing lots of gardening? How many times you've been doing these sessions? It's all good information for myself and Phil and Scott to know, because then we can provide you with other activities through that week if needed. The beauty of recording something is that it doesn't have to be done on a day. You can pick it up and go with it on another day. All right, I'm going to go into the La File now. So keep the flicks of the heels. I'm going to push out with the chest press, La File. So again, it's just a good one really, because if you can combine two movements together, such as a heel flick and a chest press, you warm up more parts of the body pretty quickly. And you'll get yourself a little bit more breathless in the whole duration, which is good. This is what we want. All right. Coming in, I'm feeling a lot warmer. My hamstrings are feeling warmer, which is good. Lovely. I'm going to come back in now, the side step. Give my hamstrings a little bit of rest and keep the pushing the hands going forward. All right, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to push one, push one, push one. There we are. So we've got a heel clip and a push, a single push. So I'm sure you're scratching your heads, but please don't. Just any movement is good movement. There we are. Any movement is good movement. That's all we want. There we are. Fantastic. And we come back in to those thigh taps. There we are. Bang. Straight in. It's pretty seamless, which is what we want to do. Again, if you find this, the thigh taps a little bit too easy, come to the wrist. Bring the knee to the wrist or the forearm. So you're inviting, there we are, if I show you the side, you're inviting that leg to lift up all the way to the forearm. There we are. Fantastic. Whew. Yeah, I notice there's Errol's in the house as well. Morning, Errol. Hope you're doing well, lovely. There we are. Is there any Jean, any Lynn, any Bobby? Always got to give them a shout out just in case if they are here. And we're going to have a little tap back with a foot. So tap back, You can see with the tap back, I'm not putting my heel down, it's just my toe and flexing the ankle a little bit, okay? So tap back, like so. I'm going to bring in a bit of a breaststroke movement. A breaststroke movement. Okay, so it might look a bit strange, but because we're going to be engaging those shoulder muscles and the middle of the back, okay, during the workout, this is a good one really, that gets those muscles nice and warm. There we are. So you can slow it down if you want to. There we are, glide, glide. Fantastic. Or you can go nice and quick. There we are. So remember, the warm-up is just to get your body nice and warm and get the muscles circulate with blood. It doesn't have to be nothing fancy, nothing too troublesome. That's all it's meant to do. Okay. Give yourself a little shrug. Yes. Nice. Okay, let's get a touch. Warm up, done. Boom. Oh, whew. Still talking nonsense, I see, Craig. Oh, God, Philip Matthews. Doesn't know what he's missing. All right, so we should be all nice and warmed up. And let's have a look. Let's drag down that swing. Let's have a look. Yeah, Bobby's still not here. That's no worries. I'm as bad as Andrew. I beg to differ. Let's have a look. My dad's here. You got Andrew's here. You got Philip Flop is here. Brilliant. Let's have a look. Errol. I have seen Charlie still here. Fantastic. We got a few others. Roy. I haven't seen Roy that's popped up at all. But we do have, let's have a look at the top. Which way we do it? There we are. Top 12 people watching, which is really, really good. Okay. Really warm in here, ladies and gents. I can imagine it's very warm where you are as well. Please, please, please drink plenty of water. If you're not a person of water, chuck a bit of squash in because it is muggy. It's very surprising. Even though, obviously, like I said, there is a little bit of a breeze, it is still as muggy. So, what is the score today? So we have 2 set circuits. I'm going to try and make them less cardiovascular focused and more strength focused so that you have more time. If you want to do seated, you can focus on looking at the strength stuff, and we're bringing in 1 or 2 kind of core exercises. So we have 5 exercises to start off with, and which we'll do twice, okay? We have a rest of 2 minutes, and then we'll bring in another 5 exercises, which we'll do twice. Okay, there's a minute on each exercise, and you're roughly looking for about 20 repetitions. If you can't get 20, try and get 16. If you can't get 16, get to 12. All right, so you can see there, you're the figures, you're the repetitions that is necessary if you want to challenge yourself during these kind of these exercises. Okay, so what have I got in terms of kit? Tins of beans. I've got my bottle of water. A 2-litre bottle of water is about 2 kilograms, and obviously again 400 grams of each of tins. Okay, so you can see all the weights that we're using. Another essential, again, if I've got it, is a band, and that's because if I've got it, use it. All right, so you can maximise then the resistance that you've got. Okay, so the first couple of exercises we've got, the first 5, we've got a calf raise, we have seated rows, a reverse lunge, reverse dumbbell chop, which is a new one for the program, and front raises with a side step. Okay, so the side step isn't going to be looking at more dynamic. It's going to be kind of nice and steady, but we're going to focus on that front raise and the muscles that's being engaged. So the first things we want to drag that chair out if you've got it. Here we are. Bring in a position that is suitable for support. And we're going to start off, we've got a minute for our calf raises. Let's have a look. So 1 minute is on my clock. Again, remember, you can either use 2 feet or you can use the one like so. So 1 minute on my clock. 10 exercises. Is everybody ready? Give me a hell yeah. Yeah. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So we got calf raises. We're lifting up again. You can break it up. So I'm going to do singles. So I'm going to use my right foot first. So singles. And all my weight is on the right foot. I'm going to do about, say, 10 to 12 if I can. So that's the lowest number that I'm trying to get to, and then I'm going to swap it over. So we're going to come there, almost there, 3, 2, 1, I'm going to swap it over, there we are. So 12 repetitions then on the opposite side, bringing it up. There we are. So I'm actually using my body weight to increase the difficulty of the exercise. That's what I'm trying to do. If you're using both feet together, again, your both feet are sharing the weight, the body weight. If you're using one foot, obviously as explanatory, self-explanatory, it's using the body weight. Okay, so it's more weight. Okay, so all that's burning. So I'm gonna have, oh, there we are, beautiful. Always comes at the right time. Fantastic. Bring it into the chair. All right, so the second one then is going to be our seated rows. So again, you need the chair for this one to get the posture right. Just trying to make sure that I'm there. Okay. All right, so foot comes forward, band comes round the foot. If you haven't got a band, remember you can use the tins of beans. It is exactly the same, obviously, movement. You just need to contract those shoulders, those central back muscles a little bit more to engage them. So here we go. 1 minute on the clock. We'll aim for 12 if you can. Get it nice and tight on the band. Off you go. There we are. So pulling back, squeezing back. Again, make sure it's around your foot, which is properly. There we are. It's a bit wonky on my foot. Yeah. Driving through, nice and tall up and through the spine. So I'm going to be giving you a front-on view here, and then I'll give you a side-on view at the second time we do it. There we are. So driving back, and as you can see, my chest is not dropping down. My chest is staying straight on. Back is staying up nice and tall. Driving back the elbows. Squeezing back those shoulder blades. There we are. Squeezing back those shoulder blades. Driving back. And you're going to find when you are engaging more muscles, and obviously the weight is more challenging, you are going to increase the heat that you produce. So there's 2 minutes down. Fantastic. We'll pop that to the side. Next one. Let me just check on the list. Let's have a look. We have our reverse lunges. So the chair comes back in, all right, to play. And again, like I said, the more resistance you have, the more challenging it becomes, which means obviously you're going to create more heat. That is where you need to start to feel more fatigued. So here we go. Turn down the stairs. There we are. So our reverse lunges. Remember, we step back and down. If you're in a seated position, you need to do sit to stands, or you can do leg extensions where you're seated and you kick your leg out, making sure your heel is high. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So we're lunging back. Again, remember on this one, we're not trying to go all the way to the floor if you can, to start off with. Build up your confidence. Build up your confidence so that you can do that. Okay? Is it Glennis Priest in the house? Is Glennis Hill in the house? Give him a little shout out to see if they're there. Charlie Morley, how you doing? You doing well, sir? Is Sue with you today? Is she working out? Again, lift it back. How's my dad? Is my dad doing okay? Andrew, how are you keeping? You got your weights with you? Stepping back. The Stone Cold there today. Nice step. So you can see it at the front. It's a nice right angle, beautiful right angle on my knee. That is what we're trying to get eventually, is that position. Because you imagine you're in that position, you're trying to get up off the floor, you have the strength in the leg to do so. There we are, timer up, fabulous. Okay, we have our reverse dumbbell chops. So I'm going to use my bottle for this one. Okay, you can do it seated, you can stand in. And then this one, with a stand in, the chops, I come down and I come up. All right, so I'm reversed. Instead of chopping down, I'm chopping away. All right, so we'll go to about 12 going up and then do 12 the other way. And I'll tell you when 30 seconds up so you can switch over. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So you go up, twist, twist. Okay? So you can see the position even if you got your tins of beans. It's always like a bend of the knees slightly. So I'm not flexing totally at the spine. There we are. It's almost like I'm throwing something over my shoulder. There you are. Reverse chops. Pulling from the floor up. Away. Let's have a look. And we're going to chop the other way. There we are. Chop the other way. Down. Up. So feeling the weight more in the one leg. And then chopping through with a slight twist. Open to the ribs. On the second round, I'll show you in the chair. It's exactly the same really movement in the chair. It's just you're sat down. Okay, have a little rest. Okay, we've got a last number 5, which is our front raises with our side step. So I'm going to use my tins of beans. All right, so we got one step, like so, with a front raise. Okay, if you want to obviously mix it up a little bit, you can do one, and mixed up. So, front raises with focuses on, all right, here we go. Number 5, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So we'll push, there we are. So I'm taking my time, I'm in no hurry to get super hot, super sweaty, super quickly, because this is only number 5, and we've got 15 more exercises to do. All right, as you can see, you're going to slowly kind of like draw in that heat, or invite that heat really. There we are, so straight arms. Again, if your shoulders start to ache a little bit, keep the side steps going. All right, keep your arms down, or pop the tins or the weight that you're using to the side. All right, and that's the thing. It's just about managing what you can do. All right, try not to go too hard too soon. Slowly build yourself up until you feel that is the right level for me. There we are. Again, I can alternate it if I feel I want to make it a bit more bejazzled. There we are. 1 minute done. Go so quick. 5 exercises down. Go back into the calf raises. Bring in that chair. Grab yourself some water, please. Don't hesitate at all to get the elixirs of life. Absolutely fabulous. Right. Okay, so back up for the calf raises. Remember, you can do singles or you can do doubles. All right, 1 minute. I'll tell you when 30 seconds are gone. So if you are doing the singles, you can swap over. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So lifting up, like so. Again, you're focusing on the quality of the contraction. When you push up on your toe, you should feel the kind of the swelling of the muscle as it contracts, as it gets bigger to lift your weight off the ground. Okay, so let's have a look. 10 seconds left before we swap the leg. If you are doing singles, there we are. There we are. And sometimes you might even see swapping over there, 30 seconds down. Sometimes as well, if you don't put the heel on the floor, that again increases difficulty because there's no kind of rest for you, is it? There we are, lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. Fantastic. Oh, almost there. So I'm starting to feel a bit warmer now, just because the effort that you're putting in for the exercises. Lifting up, lifting up, almost there. Come on, oh, there it is. Oh, it's so long. So I'm going to roll that chair around. There we are. Fantastic. Get in that band. Lots of comments. Glennis is here. Brilliant. Fantastic. There we are, Glennis Hill. She's keen bean. So I'm going to show you on the side now for the so the seated rows. Leg goes forward. Band around the foot. If you're using obviously the tins of beans, your arms will be in a similar position as mine, and you just drive the elbows back with a bit more engagement of those back muscles. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Drive them in. Okay, there we are. So just focusing on that stretch. Focusing on stretching the band or engaging those muscles. We want to get you rowing ready, look. Rowing ready. Get you across the Atlantic, look in this. Nice and strong. Drive them back those arms. Drive back those arms. There we are. So it's nice and controlled. But I'm finding it stressful, and I'm finding it intense enough with the kind of resistance that I've got. So I'm finding those muscles are working. I am getting warm. Whew. Oh. There we are. Almost there. Oh, this is getting really, really warm. Oh. Ooh. Really toasty. Get the line here. Fantastic. Okay. So, going into our reverse lunges. So remember, if you are seated, you can do those leg extensions where you're sat at the end of the chair and you extend the leg out with the heel up. All right. So you extend the leg out. So we're looking at the quads, these muscles. There, okay, with an extension. All right. That's an alternative for the reverse fly if you, reverse fly for the reverse lunge if you find that is a bit too challenging. So, reverse lunge it is. Switching around. 1 minute on my clock. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Stepping back. So again, if you find that you want to use a chair, use the chair. If you don't want to use a chair, again, don't use a chair. All right, just feel nice and comfortable with what you're doing. All right, be stable. That is the main thing. Be stable and safe. Okay, so I can still put my hand on my thigh if I need to support myself. If I feel that, okay, that's a bit too unstable, back to the chair I go. To make sure that I've got some form of support. All right. And again, if you do this probably every other day, especially this one is probably the one that you're going to see the most benefit from if you're doing it regular. If you can do a normal reverse lunge and build it up so you can get down to the floor, you will see your leg strength increase exponentially. All right. Woo-hoo. Okay. So we're on our reverse chops. So again, you can do a standing. Remember, we're coming from soft knees up and across. All right, so you can see soft knees up and across. Okay. Seated is very similar. Seated is very similar. It's down, and I'm bringing it up above my eye line if I can. Bring it up above my eye line. Okay, here we go. 1 minute on the clock, ladies and gents. So I'll give you a shout when it's 30 seconds. You can swap over your opposite side. 3, 2, 1. So down, chop, so reverse chop. It's quite a nice one. You're down, you're engaging the core muscles there, and then you're lifting. That is lifting up the weight across your body. Lifting your body. So it's contraction and lift. Muscles that are needed in a twisting motion is engaged, and then you've got the glute muscle which is engaged because there's a little bit of leg work as well. So swap the sides. There we are. Up. You can see down and slow up. It's like if I'm in the Olympic Games and I'm doing the hammer throw. There we are, and throwing it and let it go at the top there. Let it go at the top. Let it go. All right. Whew. Really warm. Fantastic. Okay. Last one on the list is our side step with the front raises. Again, grab yourself some water if you need to. Okay. So remember, side step and shoulder front raise. So here we go. 3, 2, 1 minute on my clock. Here we are. So again, you can go as long as you want with the step. I might go a little bit longer, or you can go really small. Make sure those arms do not come above eye line height. Okay? So you can see my arms are not coming above my chin, really. Couldn't really say that to Bruce Forsyth, could I? Arms not coming below above the chin, it'd be over there. So there, nice step. Again, you know, just listening to how you were feeling, listening to if you're feeling a bit warm, feeling a bit more fatigued from the movements. Again, check in with yourself. See what energy levels you have. See what you need to do. Whether you need to rest, whether you need to have some water, whether you need to make the exercises a little bit more lighter. Okay, 10 down. All right, grab yourself some water. Whew. Absolutely boiling. Okay, so little shout outs. Stone Cold is watching. Good man. Nice to see you here. Andrew's here. We got Glennis. Glennis is here. Glennis Hill. Let's have a look. We've had Scotty watching. We've had a few others. We've got Glennis Priest here. So I have the 2 Glennises this year. My dad is watching. Charlie's still here. Excellent. Andrew's still here. So give us a shout out on the feed. Let me know how you're feeling, how you find the exercises. All right, because obviously, like I said, it's nice for myself as an instructor and Philip and Scott. We always like to know how our clients are doing, not just as clients, but as people as well. Because again, you know, we spend almost like three days a week sometimes with our gentle exercise in the sessions with you. So we do care and we are concerned of how you are. All right. So we've got 1 more minute on the clock and we're going to go in for our second round. So I'm going to talk you through the second round. Put my glass on the side. Okay. So the second round, we have squats or sit to stands. We have reverse flies. Again, you use them with obviously your tins of beans or you use your bands. We have our side leg lifts. So our side leg lifts. We have our side twist straight arms. So this again is another cool one like the reverse chop. Okay, you put your hands out, soft knees, and you twist out. My hips always face the front. My hips always face the front, but I'm using obviously the core muscles to bring me back to center. And the final one is our side step with a side raise. So our side step with our side raise. So 5 exercises, going to repeat twice, 1 minute on each one with a 20-second recovery. Okay. Grab yourself a little bit of water. We've got 20 seconds left. 9 people still watching, which is really good. It just goes to show, ladies and gents, how hot it was Wednesday. It was incredible. It was, I can imagine people were wilting like flowers. All right, it was really, really hot. Make sure you got plenty of water. Get yourself plenty of rest as well. Or make sure there's a window open so you've got some continuous breeze coming through. All right, and even if you don't want to do this right now, you might do later on the session because obviously you might be a little bit more cooler. Okay, so that is just being savvy with your exercise and planning, which is the best part of the day for you to get the best outcome. So sit to stand to start off with. I'll put that on the side. I'll keep an eye on the feed just to see the feedback. Let's have a look. Okay, so sit to stand to start off with. All right, 1 minute on the clock. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stand and then I'm going to squeeze my glutes to push my hips forward. All right, we want some glute activation in this movement. So I will show you from this side to start off with. So 1 minute. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Up with a squeeze. So I'm pushing the hips forward, squeeze, and down. All right. Put it up. Squeeze. Glutes nice and tight. So again, you can be as aggressive with the squeeze as possible because you want to try and squeeze the top part of the bum muscles together. Yeah. Squeeze. There we are. And you've got to build up the fatigue in those muscles. That's what we want. Squeeze. and you will slowly feel the heat or sweat because of this movement. Squeeze in. This is one of my kind of favorites, really, just because so simple, so overlooked, yet it kind of like yields very good results with regards to structure and response. And relax. Don't underestimate those glute muscles, because as soon, obviously, as they're weakened from over-sitting, less use, they can become really obsolete. And then, obviously, like I said, your back plays up from the whole contraction of your glute muscles, your butt muscles. Okay, you have a reverse flies now, so if you get a band or you get your tins of beans, remember, breathe out, contract those shoulders together. Okay, so again, for 12, 16, or 8, or 20 repetitions if you can, probably I would say about 12, 16 is absolutely plenty. Okay, here we go. 1 minute on my clock. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So thumbs up, stand. Again, nice and controlled. Don't know if you can see me because it's pretty dark in here today. Here we are. 4, 6, 7, 8. So this one does strike quite fatigue in your shoulders, and sometimes you need to rest. You need to rest just to allow that fatigue to subdue a bit. Yeah, if I roll my shoulders, because that is quite cheeky. It is quite cheeky. So rolling a little bit. Don't know how long you're left. Probably about 10 seconds. Whew. I'm going to put that on the side. Continue with just my arms. Double check. Oh, there we are. Oh, I had to check then, didn't I? I had to check if I was burning a little bit. Okay, so we've got the side leg lifts now again. Grab yourself some water if you need some water. Side leg lifts. Pop that in place of central. Okay. 10 seconds remaining. Remember the side leg lifts. Go out. My foot is always pointing forward. 5 on the one, 5 on the other, and keep changing until the 1 minute is done. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. There we are. So, just out of a word of instruction as well. I'm not, if you notice, when my legs come out, I'm not tilting my hip. Alright, because that is not working the hip muscle to raise the leg up and out. Okay, so I'm trying to keep my spine nice and central. There we are. Okay, nice and central. Round the hip. A lot of glute working today from the 2. There we are. 5. Swapping over. That glute activation one is really, really good. It always seems to fatigue the muscles quite quickly, and you know you've done it as well, which is great. The better you have, the better kind of activation you have, so I'm done. The better activation you have on those glutes, the better it's going to be for your back and your walking and your strength. Okay, so we have side twists with the straight arm. Okay, so side twist with the straight arm. I'm going to use my bottle again. Straight arm, watch my hips. Twist. My hips still facing forward. Okay, twist. Hips still facing forward. People will twist and try and go all the way around if they can. Don't need to, you just need to keep your hips facing forward. Okay, 5 seconds left. So again, do about say 6 to 8. Rest because probably your arms will fatigue on this one. So I'm bringing the bottle of water forward. Here we go, I'll go on the side, that's better. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so twist. Again, if you want to make it a little more challenging, all I suggest is try and pull your navel or your belly button towards your spine. So you're contracting your abdominal muscles. So squeezing your abdominal muscles makes things and movement a lot harder, and you feel fatigue a lot quicker. All right. So we're contracting those muscles, trying to pull that navel in towards my spine. Again, I'm finding the bottle a little bit heavier. I'll put the bottle down, I'll adapt a little bit. I'll use my arms. I'm actually going to bring a tin of beans in. There we are. Keeping those hips forward, coming around. I'm still contracting my abdominals as well. Same time, got sweat rippling off me at the moment. Whew. All right, good stuff. Number 4 down. Number 5 now. We've got a side raises. So we're going to raise out the side with a side step. Okay. So we've got a little water. We've got 10 seconds left. Tins beans if you need them. Let's have a look. So again, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So out. There we are. So again, if your shoulders start to tire, bend your elbows so that you shorten the distance that the weight is away from your body. So if I had a long arm, you can see how far away they are. Okay? If I had a short bent elbow, you see that's half the distance, which is what you want to do. Straight arm lifts. There we are. Again, trying to go for 12 if you can. 16 or 20. Your rep range is all determining how much weight you are lifting. All right, if you're lifting something really heavy, then you probably want to lift less reps. If you're lifting something really light, like the tins or anything that's light for you, then obviously you go for the higher rep range. Okay, so my shoulders burn a little bit. Oh, a minute just seems to go so quickly. Why? All right, so we go back into our squats. Bring that chair back in. There we are. Again, if you want to drink, grab yourself some water. So remember on this one, we want to squeeze those glutes. So we push our hips forward. You will feel the top muscles of the bum muscles start to really push in. All right, and tighten up. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So squeeze. And you can see I'm almost like pushing my hips forward. I'm not arching my back. And squeezing forward, really engaging those muscles. Squeezing forward. There we are. Squeezing forward. You can see there's no arch on my back, it's just my hips driving forward from the contraction of my glutes. Alright, the glutes are the ones which help with the hinge. Alright, the hinge of your hip. So just like the hinge of a door, okay, the glutes is what's the pulling and pushing of the hinge of the hip. And as soon as you start to straighten that up, better your back, the core muscles are going to be. That is probably your glute muscles are kind of like the major core muscles that keep you stabilized and strengthened around that area. There we are, squeeze it through. All right. Oh, feeling warm now. Woo! All right, get that band down. We've got a reverse fly. You've got 10 seconds coming in. Philip Matthews is still on the moderating feed. Give him something to do. Ask him how he is. He's loving life in lockdown right now. Okay, here we go. 1 minute on my clock. Reverse flies. Remember, try and get for 12, 16, or 20. Your rep range is your obviously kind of your choice. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So fingers, the thumbs up, expanding away. Checking on the side there. So checking my arms with the start. When they finish, my hand is just past the shoulder blades. So I can still keep intensity on. If I got the band, I can still keep the intensity on those areas, those muscles. By doing kind of like a 3/4 movement. So from here there. I don't have to go all the way to the center because it takes off the pressure off those muscles. So I'm trying to keep pressure on those muscles, but not fully coming back to the center. Okay, can you see this? So there, still tension there. Still a tension there. When I come there, the tension comes off. So it's almost like I have a rest as soon as I get to that phase, which is actually ideal because obviously they said if that's what you want to do, you might do 3 really intense movements, and then you think, oh, the third one I'm going to have a little rest. Woo, that is a really, really good bit of sweater. Woo. Okay, so you're side leg lifts now. So you're bringing in the chair again one more time. Bring it in, bring it in. Okay, the mighty throne. All right, so let me just find out. There we are. That's better. Okay, so side leg lifts. Remember. Okay, 5 on the one side, 5 on the other. Keep going until the minute is done. All right, keep that spine up nice and tall, and use the chair there for stability. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So there we are. 1. Straight leg. So if I mark my territory on a lamppost, there. There we are. Bring it across. So yeah, we hope you're all well. Hope everybody's well, and they're keeping themselves fit. Again, it would be good to know what you're doing during lockdown with regards to your fitness, and obviously, they said, and your well-being. What are you doing to keep yourself stimulated? What are you doing to that is passing the time? For myself, I'm trying to do some herbs and pots and plants if I can. Plenty of walking, as much as I can. So I'll go in the morning just before breakfast, do about a half an hour walk, or go on the bicycle. As my exercise routine. There we are. Plenty of reading. Oh, reading. Fair play. God, I think I could be the next Charles Dickens the way I'd be reading. All right, so the side leg lifts. Go side twist now. Get some water because it is warm. 2 exercises left. Here we are. So side twist again. Use the bottle for this one. Remember, every litre that you have in a bottle equals 1 kilogram. So if you have 2-litre bottle, that is 2 kilograms of weight. If you have 2 of these, they're perfect for a bicep curl. If that's that's the kind of weight that you want. All right, so arms forward, keeping the hips pointing forward. All right, and we're turning through the shoulders. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So there we are. Twist. Again, if you want to engage those abdominals, you tighten up the abdominals there, like you're pulling them in. And again, there you're going to hold. So when I get to there, that's really tight. I can round the side, really tight to try and fight against the abs. It's that kind of engagement that you're having, which is fatiguing the muscle more than the movement. The movement is almost like a little bit of a catalyst to make it a little bit more fatigue, but the engagement, the contraction is what is causing the fatigue. Again, if your arms are aching from the weight, change it up a little bit. There we are. Keep those hips forward. Almost there. Oh, do you know, I always find that when obviously an exercise is hard, it just seems like time stands absolutely still. All right, we've got the last one. We'll move that out of the way. Last one. Side steps with our side raises. What's the time, Dr. Fox? 5-2. Okay, last one. So our side raises, side step. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So side step. Again, my arms are not going too high. All right, and not going too high, as high probably to my ears, max. All right, my hands are. Ears to probably jawline. Jawline is probably the right height, because if you go too high, you're just going to put too much stress on that shoulder joint. And that's the last thing you want to do, especially when the shoulder joint is a very vulnerable joint in your body. So you want to keep it strong, you want to keep it supple, you want to keep it circulated so that it is going to have longevity. Yeah, pushing away. Again, if you've got dumbbells, use the dumbbells. You know, you find these exercises that we do, they are so simple, so basic, and it's nothing kind of worldish or kind of new or enhanced. They're just simple exercises that you can make more challenging with different pieces of kit. Okay, get yourself a touch. Workout completed. Boom, boosh. All right, okay. Water. We'll have a quick cool down now because I can see the time. There's a time up there. Okay, really long session actually, considering. So we had an 8-minute warm up. We had 2 circuits of 10 exercises, which we did 2 sets really, 2 sets on each exercise, which was good. Get that chair, get your water. Let's get a cool down on. All right, water. Okay. So, nice march on the spot then. Just a little feed. So, a little shout out there, Angela Rogers. Hi, Angela. Craig from Pickleball. Hope you're doing okay. Let's have a look. Nice march on the feet. All done. Scotty's shouting out to see if Phil's done his 25 press-ups a day. He was challenged, he was nominated by Scott to do this, to raise money for charity for people with PTSD. And let's hope that Philip has made a start on them today. They are hard, to be fair. They're not easy at all. Again, you're just doing things to occupy yourself during the lockdown. Whew. And you've got opportunities to learn new things, do new things, read new things. And that's the beauty, that's the positivity really of being where we are right now. Whether it's obviously tending to your garden, tending to kind of maintenance that needs to be done, reading that book that you've always been put off for a long time, starting obviously exercising. And we're going to bring the hands down the thighs, we're going to roll the shoulders back, let's open up the shoulders. Whew. It is warm. You can't see on the screen, there is steam coming off my head right now. I am warm and I'm a little bit sweaty. I'm going to bring that left leg forward, both hands on my back leg, and I'm slowly going to bring myself to the end of the chair. Tilting my body forward. So. And change legs. Let's have a little comments there. I can see the comments popping up there. Okay, little shout outs there with Glennis Priest UK, Glennis Hill UK. Stone Cold, did you complete the full set today with your dumbbells? Steve Williams, my dad, how you getting on? Are you alright? Is your breakfast, that's alright? Checking through. Charlie from Leslie Hill. How are you doing, sir? You're alright. Okay, you're going to pop that left foot forward. We're going to pull the toe up. Stretch that calf. Okay, changing legs again. Pulling that through. Yeah, nice stretch at the back of the calf. It's always a nice one when you're finishing up. Bring it down, back into that center spot. You're going to use those elbows. You've got a lot of exercises actually where your arms are probably in line with the shoulder, or they're around by or above your shoulder line. So those shoulders should feel really good actually. They might feel a bit tired, but they should feel a lot more mobilized, a lot more smoother in its mobility. Bring that right hand over the top. Bring your hand down. Nice and gentle. Just squeeze our elbow down. And change those arms through. And relax. Bring your arm across the chest. And again, if you feel that feel that that you miss out on sessions or miss an exercise, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't give yourself a hard time. It's sometimes you just don't feel like doing stuff, and that is absolutely okay. All right, so just give yourself a break. You're doing the best you can with the tools you have, and these sessions are always going to be available to you when you do feel that you want to do something. That's the thing. A lot of people usually kind of give themselves a hard time if they do miss a session or if they've done something wrong. And this isn't really the time to do that, and there's no time to do that, if I'm honest. Roll the shoulders back gently. Bring those hands to the base of the chair. Push the chest forward gently. Keep your body weight nice and tall. Pop your hands forward, put your chin down your chest. And relax your hands down. And just a different movement. We're just going to allow the hands to come out. Just softly fix them down to the floor. Allow your breath to soften with the movement of the hands. And just allow yourself relaxed. And just take this calm and peaceful state with you the rest of the day. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the session today. Again, myself and Phil appreciate, obviously, everybody that attends, and we enjoy making sure that we can help you and support you with your exercise during the lockdown. Give us your feedback. It's always nice to have your feedback down in the bottom corner, and give us a little shout out. And thank you very much, everybody, and have an absolutely fantastic, fun-filled Friday. You take care, all.